How's it going? Welcome back to the channel. This is the Living Dead Formats, where physical media never dies. We're going to do a collection update of the music variety. Been a stressful last couple of days, and today is no different, but we're plowing through it anyways, and we're going to do some content that revolves around physical media. So what do I have? I've got 5 punk related albums to check out. The first band I'd really like you to check out because they are a surprise discovery for me. I was expecting to pick up In the Midst of Lions, which is a deathcore band, and got these guys confused for them because of the titles being similar and it being forever since I last listened to In the Midst of Lions. So who I ended up picking up by mistake was Lionheart. Now this is their 3rd album, Undisputed, from 2012. If you haven't heard of Lionheart before, I don't blame you, especially if you were also trying to pick up In the Midst of Lions and did what I did and accidentally picked up these guys instead. They are a hardcore project from Oakland, California. They also have, depending on what release you get, a little bit of elements of beatdown and a little bit of elements of metalcore in it. Although from what I've heard of them, I haven't heard any metalcore in there. I must be listening to the wrong albums, but maybe it's just me. This one is really good. I enjoyed Undisputed. Pretty upbeat and adrenaline pumping hardcore. It's not like old 80s hardcore either, which is also going to pop up in this collection update, but more modern kind of tough guy hardcore, I guess you'd refer to it as. Apparently there's even a genre on Wikipedia called tough guy hardcore, which seems a bit redundant, but hey. Anywho, that's the guys in question. The one guy has a big beard now and doesn't look like that anymore, but yeah, he kind of looks like a meaner, more tougher version of the lead singer Skillet now. If anything from this collection update that you take away from, I hope you take away Lionheart. These guys are really good. I enjoy them. Besides this and the next thing I'm going to show you, which is their 4th album from 2016. This is Love Don't Live Here. It's got like a mysterious figure in a hoodie. But yeah, besides these 2 albums that I have, they also have 5 other albums and 2 EPs. So there's a little bit to get by them if you're interested. There is what the main guy looks like now. Again, he has a beard now. Let's see what's behind the tray. Not much, just black and speckles. Their whole LHHC, Lionheart Hardcore Records, is kind of like a main staple of theirs as well. A really good track to check out from them is Keep Talking. Really enjoy that one. Very relatable track for sure, and kind of has some of my points of view of some of the people online. But yeah, really good band. I highly recommend you check out these guys out of all the projects I'm showing you in this. Yep, that's Undisputed and Love Don't Live Here by Lionheart. Don't know why I'm doing the X-Arms. I don't think they're straight edge. Yeah, please go check out Lionheart. Excellent band. If you're looking for some like workout music or something to get you pumped, this will probably do it. Next is some old school hardcore from back in the day and Canadian. This is DOA's 2nd album with Hardcore 81. And yeah, if you're surprised that this is their 2nd album, not their 1st one, so was I. Apparently they have an album before this, which I'll have to get around to checking out. This was the album that kind of introduced me to DOA though. There's the inside. And yeah, again, Canadian hardcore out of British Columbia, Canada. I think Vancouver. They started in 1978. And they have a million albums. They got 17 albums and I think 2 EPs as well. So, yep, there's the inside of the tray. And their style of hardcore was very unique and very them, and then a lot of people kind of jumped on the bandwagon and kind of started doing the DOA type of hardcore. It's a staple of the genre. It's Canadian. Kind of had to get it. Yeah, not much else to say. This is just pure old school 80s hardcore for, you know, fans of Minor Threat and Gorilla Biscuits and the like. You'll enjoy this for sure. Canadians DOA with Hardcore 81. Next up is an album that I didn't think I was going to get for quite a while, but the wife enjoys it, and I saw it for an okay price at my local Deja Vu Discs. So I finally got around to picking up AFI's Crash Love album. And if you're into punk, you might not enjoy this at all. It's not really punk anymore. AFI used to be hardcore punk back in the day with their first 2 or 3 albums. Their third album being probably the best in my opinion. Open Your Mouth and Shut Your Eyes, or Shut Your Eyes and Shut Your Mouth and Open Your Eyes. Something like that. But yeah, that's probably the best album. Then they went on to do more like post-hardcore, emo type stuff, and that's what this is. Let's actually open it up and show you what the inside looks like, if you care. If you don't blame you. But yeah, this is what the inside looks like. Pop that sucker off, and some weird triangle pyramid stuff going on in there. Not sure what that's about. But yeah, this is, for the style of music that it is, it's an okay album. Sing the Sorrow and December Underground might be a little bit better if you're into the style of AFI, but honestly, this is pretty good. The next couple albums after it, I don't know, not so great. I think their most recent one is better, but the in-between albums of the most recent one and this one are, I think, might have 1 or 2 good songs if you're into the style. If you're not into the style, then it's just going to be complete garbage for you. But yeah, this is Crash Love from 2009, their 8th album. If you don't know, they started in 1991, and they're from California, USA. And besides this, they have 10 other albums and about 7 or so EPs. So there's a lot to choose from. There's punk, there's hardcore, there's emo, there's post-hardcore. There's a lot of stuff. It just depends on which era of AFI there is. So if you're on this video looking for punk, maybe search around on their discography. But if you're looking for the more hard stuff, I'd say check out their third album, Shut Your Mouth and Open Your Eyes. At least I think that's what it's called. Similar color scheme. It's like oranges and yellows and stuff, and has like drawings. Good-ish post-hardcore emo. Alright, this could be a fairly quick video because this is already the last CD in the collection update. I finally got around to getting Green Day's Dos from the Uno Dos Tres trilogy of albums from 2012. This one is their 10th album, and apparently this was at one point supposed to be a Hot Tubs album, but ended up becoming one of these anyways. And I'm not sure if each album had more input from each member. Like this album has Mike Dirnt on it. I'm not sure if Dirnt had more input on what happened on this album, or if he wrote a lot of it or not. That'd be interesting to know, or if it's just they have a member for each cover. I don't know if Tré Cool had a lot of input on the Tré album. I mean, he probably should have, considering it's basically named after him. Here's the inside though. And you can see there Uno, Dos, and Tres, and then Quatro, I think, was their like backup guitarist or someone. They did a documentary about the albums or something live for Quatro. It's not an actual like album. Yeah, there's not too many good songs on this, to be honest. Fuck Time is okay, mostly because it's funny. None of these titles on here really stick out for me besides Fuck Time. Let me know what you think of the Dos album, and for whatever reason, if you don't know who Green Day are and where they're from, they are a punk/pop punk project out of California as well. They started in 1987. They started up as Sweet Children and then moved on to become Green Day. Besides this, they also have 13 other albums and 6 or so EPs, depending on what you count as an EP. I don't count live shit as an EP or live albums as actual albums. So if you count live EPs as an actual EP, there might be like around 8 or 9. But depending on how you count them, there's roughly 6 or so EPs. So again, this is another one of those bands where, depending on their discography and what time you look into them, you might enjoy them or you might not if you're into punk. Most of us like the Dookie, Insomniac, Nimrod era the most, but there's 1 or 2 songs in their later years that are pretty catchy. Their most modern one being, like album-wise, it's highly regarded as being good, is obviously American Idiot. I liked Revolution Radio quite a bit. and I really enjoy the newest album, Saviors, but we'll get to that one in a different video. Out of the trilogy, this is kind of middle of the road. Kind of funny because it's middle of the trilogy as well. I think I might like The Tray better, and Uno is probably the best out of the three of them. But you'd really have to sit down and listen to all three to really figure out which one you like the best. I think they could have cut a lot of stuff from all three of these albums and just made a best of and just called it Uno Dos Tres, and then had like 15 songs and then called it a day. But you know, if you really like Green Day, the more songs the better, I guess. Let me know how you feel about this. Cheers. And that is it for this collection update. Again, I would really love for Lionheart, if you have to take away anything from it, and maybe DOA if you're into hardcore, but if you're into hardcore, you should already know who DOA is. So yeah, Lionheart, the shining star of this collection update, and it'll probably be the shining star of the next one too, because there's a few more Lionheart coming in that one, at least for the punk side of things. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this short, quick little punk collection update, and we will see you in the next video. This has been the Living Dead Formats, where physical media never dies. They may take down streaming, but they'll never take our discs.